Okay, here we have high operational. So operational costs. So such like query, when you are config cost, that will take time and cost. This thing is a major issue in the legacy systems. Okay, so legacy data warehouse like having query will take the time and takes the cost. So high operational cost data. Okay, these main. Okay, so one is storage and compute are tightly coupled. So the storage affects the query. Scaling infrastructure was expansive. If you want to increase the warehouse size and those things, and maintaining the like hardware and performance decrease as the data will increase as like mobile hang, right? So new artists need to buy if the receive more data, if data increase. So high upfront cost. Okay, if you want to run any query, it will take time and cost. Okay, these things. Okay, so advantage of Snowflake here. Uh, so not only Snowflake, we have other warehouses, but Snowflake is very advanced. Okay, we're going to see about advantage of Snowflake, but like big query that should having advantages. But Snowflake having like so very advanced advantage of Snowflake having. Okay, Snowflake having advanced advantages of Snowflake, like advanced of Snowflake. Okay, more advantages of Snowflake we have. Okay, Snowflake offers several advantages, like first, storage and computer completely separate. So you see storage and compute are tightly coupled, but here separate. Okay, separate. Okay, separate storage and compute, like we can call like a decoupled we have here. Okay, first, storage and computer completely separate, we can say decoupled structure or decoupled layers. Okay, so these things, if that's why when we run the query, even we have 10 GB or 20 GB or 5 GB data in the storage layers, so the query it won't affect by the storage this data. Okay, we have three layers: storage, compute, cloud services. Okay, when we run the query in the compute layer in the engine, it won't affect by the storage. So that is one advantage. It's the first advantage in the. So that's why many companies are using these technologies of like, many people are learning these things. Okay. Second, automatically scales based on the workload. Okay, automatically scales. Okay, like the scales means like scales based on, okay, based on workload. Suppose, so if the data loading is slow, or if any query is running slow, okay, automatically going to increase the warehouse size, or adding the clusters, or removing the cluster if there is no workload. Okay, so it won't. Okay, within 2 seconds we can increase the warehouse size. Suppose if you go with other warehouses, it will take the time. Okay, maybe 24 hours, 48 hours, depend on that warehouse. Okay, maybe some time it will take, but in Snowflake 2 seconds. So it is this is very more advantage. Okay, so second one is automatically scales based on workload. So third, same thing. Okay, scales on workload. Okay, it's like auto scaling. So same, whereas can automatically suspend when not using or reduce the cost. Okay, so third one is like suppose you are working. Okay, you're working, the warehouse running, you're paying for that. It's okay, but if you don't have any work, okay, so still if you are paying, that is not good, right? For that, what you do, we're going to have suspend. Suppose 5 minutes take 300 seconds, so you want to put in the suspend. If you are not doing any work, or if any other person or any user not doing any reporting and loading or anything, so after 5 minutes, automatically the where is going to suspend, and you don't need to manually, you need to resume the warehouse. So by default, when you start the running the query, it going to uh, start. Okay, it is in the active the variables. Okay, by simple it going to inactive if you are not using the variable, you're not running the queries. But if you fourth one is like whereas automatically resume, so whenever query is submitted, that means whenever query you are running. Okay, so this is one advantage. And then fifth, what is the fifth? It supports time travel, allowing recovery of deleted data. Okay, suppose think so. This then a new employee go to the office and he updated he need to update some bill, okay, credit card bill. But without using the where class, he updated the new fresher. So it going to update to the every record. Like if suppose think we have the 1 million records, it going to update to 1 million records because of that fresher guy. I have not used where class. Without using where class, he updated the credit card amount. So this is one disorder. Okay, and if anything is deleted from the database and if you want to recover or so any disaster happen, so we can recover those data. So it's we can using time travel. Okay, so fifth one is it supports time travel, so allowing recover of deleted data. So if any disaster happen, so this is one advantage. Still, if you want to recover, we have failed step that we will discuss when we are discussing about time travel. This one. And I said sixth one. Sixth one is like here. Fifth one is okay. Time travel. Here fourth one is warehouse active when query submitted. Submitted means run. Okay. And third one, no, you are not running. You are not using. Okay. Uh, Suspend. Not in third one. Not in use. Yeah. Not in use. Whereas suspend. Okay. It is active or you can say resume. This one. Okay, fifth one time travel. Sixth one is like zero copy clone. Here, zero copy clone. So if you want to back up the data, so we need to buy new hard disk, right? In legacy warehouses. But here we have zero copy clone. Suppose you have 10 GB table and it will take some cost. Okay, having 10 million records. Okay, so what you're doing, just I'm copying this data, copying this data. I'm copying the same table. So same table, copy the table, think sample table. Okay, here I'm copying the table, copy sample. So this table is having 10 GB data and having 10 million records. 10 million records. Here, this table having storage and cost here. So 10 GB of we having 10 GB data and 10 million records. But we are copying the data here, copying the data without duplicate, without duplicate data. So that is cloning. And here no storage for this one and no cost. Okay, but here see 10 GB of data we are copy same sample table. So copy the table, copy sample. So okay, can you see copy sample? So we are copying this table, same having 10 GB, 10 million records. And but here, so no, the for this if you are copy any image or any video that is like duplicate. But in this Snowflake, if you are copying anything, not duplicate, not duplicate. So it means you can tell like without a duplicate you are copying. So that is copy cloning. Why you are cloning without duplicate? We are copying the data. That is cloning. And for this we are paying 10 GB, right? But 10 GB it takes some cost. But here, no, here we have storage and cost. But here we not having storage and cost, just free. Why? Because of free means it takes from this metadata of this sample table. Okay. Here we have storage and cost, but here we not having storage and cost. That's why we call zero. Okay. Zero copy cloning. So that is table of sample table clone. You see clone. So sample is a base table, okay, and the clone is the sample clone is the clone table, okay. So without duplicate and without storage, and we are copying the data, that is zero copy content. No storage, no duplicate, no storage. We are copying and without duplicate. So that is zero copy cloning. So that's why we call. So without duplicate, no storage, no cost. That is the zero copy cloning. That's why the names like zero copy cloning. Okay. So we can clone the data. Not only table, we can clone database schemas. But while we cloning, we have other things, right? Like RBAC policies. It won't clone those security policies. Only the table structures and data only. Okay. Even it clones the primary keys also, but not this thing. Okay. So this is like how why many people are choosing Snowflake. Okay. So this thing, and seventh one. Okay. So seventh one. Okay. This is zero copy cloning, and then seventh, what is the seventh advantage here? Snowflake automatically manages indexing through micro partitions. Here, remember, in the intro they will ask, is Snowflake supports the indexes, or have you worked with the indexes? How the data will be stored in the Snowflake, and what are the micro partition, and what are the micro partitions, and cluster key, and what is the cluster key? So simple, they start with a cluster indexing. Okay, but Snowflake not supports for indexes. We are not going to work with the indexes by default. When we load data into the Snowflake, when we insert, it will going to store in the format of micro partitions that we will discuss in the further sessions, okay, of the architecture. So by default, Snowflake going to, okay, stores data in the micro partitions. Okay, so we don't need these indexes. So this is one advantage. Simple, I give the what are the micropartition. I having 1 lakh records, okay, in single table. So if it is single partition, if I run the query, it take time and cost. Now I'm dividing these 1 lakh records 1 to 25K one partition, and 25K to 50K one partition, two, and 50K to 75K third partition, and 75K to, and one four. We have four parties. Suppose if you are running query like select star from table name here. Okay, select star from table name. Okay, ID equal to, okay, ID equal to 76,008 to 1. If it scans these 1 lakh records, it will take time and cost. But what in Snowflake do here, it will skip these things, and it will scan only these partitions, this partition. Then it will take, okay, compared to this one, so less time, okay, minimum time, and it will cost minimum cost. It will, suppose if you take, it will take example I'm telling, it will take 4 minutes $4 example. Okay. So but if you run the same query here, okay, same for the same query, it will take, yeah, the example I'm telling. Okay. So 1 minute take $1. So this is the difference why we are using Snowflake in these partition. Okay, so these partitions by default Snowflake going to manage, not we by default Snowflake going to manage these partitions. So this is the difference. Okay, so with legacy systems, okay, and this one, okay, automatically manage the indexing through the micro partitions. Okay, so and we have a cluster key that we will see in the next classes. Okay, then. Actually okay, finally on is the only the pay for the resource they actually consume. So I said so right, pay as use model. So this one, okay, this is eighth one. Right, one pay as is. It means like finally it going to organize only pay for the resources they actually consume. So this makes Snowflake highly cost effective. So if you are not using, you have to pay. I said I given one Rapido that Rapido booking or any Ola Uber booking like that. Okay, so simply okay. There is not other case. So tomorrow I will give that example. Okay. Okay. So just I will give one more. Okay. Like think like one example. So you own a one restaurant. You have two sessions. Okay. One room stores vegetables. Another room contains the kitchen where chefs cook food. The storage room and the kitchen are separate. Okay. And if more customers arrive, you simply hire more chefs. You do not need a bigger storage room. Similarly, so storage stores the data, computer process the data, both are independent. This is exactly how Snowflake works. So once again, I will give example, I think. So you have one own restaurant, there are two sessions. You are one is cooking place, one is the vegetable storing place. The storage room and the kitchen are separate here. Okay. So the more customers they have, you simply hire more chefs. Okay, more chefs. Okay, you don't need a bigger storage room. Suppose if your storage kitchen is same place, they can't, the chefs cannot work in the at the same place, right? Multiple chefs. That's why. So you don't need bigger storage room. Okay. So here similarly, so storage stores the data, computer process the data, both are independent. So this is exactly how Snowflake work. Okay, that way decoupled structure. So many companies and many person why they are going with the Snowflake means this is a decoupled structure. Separate first one, then second one is micro partitions, architecture, and coloning, time travel. So many things, not only these things. Okay, and the it's a very rich, like it's going to connect with everything. Power BI, Tableau, Python, PyPark, DBT, Airflow, Modern Data Vault, okay, and S3, Cloud Provider, S3, Blob, Cloud Storage. So many things are there. It's going to connect with other things. And inside the Snowflake, we have Snowflake Cortex A. It's like a generic AI. So once you get in job with the Snowflake, so if there is any layoff, no need to worry. So still you can survive while you update to Snowflake Cortex say, so without not updating. So these things, so learn uh, prompting. Prompting means how we going to ask the questions in the ChatGPT Cloud A. So that is the upcoming. Okay. Prompting means how you are coding these things and uh, these things and so do it. Go with the script. Okay. Do not do practically. Okay. Do not do practical creating, loading, integration. That you going to have time after getting the offer letter. I will help for that. I will give the script. You can that practical you can follow it. But as of now, just go the script. Just ping me. If you are not pinging, just ping me. Take the mark. Then put the resume. Okay. Go to the. I'm waiting for your mark. Okay. And wipe. Okay. You already given some interview. You're giving. So no worries. You can give your interest, but take the mark. So even you can take Viber and go with the resume. Okay, do not waste companies. Okay, you are getting so maximum you are going to schedule from three interviews only, three companies. Then you need to clear. Do not attend the multiple interviews. Okay, try. Do not negotiation more for salary. Whatever get after getting the after 1 year, you can change the company. Get go with the hike. Okay, thank you. Any doubt as of now in this session? Aman Raghu, RR, what's the vibe?
No, it's clear, Madhu.
Okay, Raghu. Aman, are you coming today? వస్తున్నావా? అమన్ వస్తున్నావా?
ఎస్ ఎస్ వస్తాను.
నేనేనా అన్న?
వచ్చేయి రఘు.
వస్తాను.
సరే
సరే వస్తాను.
సరే ఓకే, వచ్చేసా. డౌట్ ఉంటే వాట్సాప్ పింక్ చేయండి, లేదా గ్రూప్లో పింక్ చేయండి, మిగతా వాళ్ళకి కూడా యూజ్ అవుతుంది.
ఓకే.